As you can see here, everything is pretty much commented out. There is a few things that are not, but it's just variables that I'm using as settings. There's really no reason to comment those out, but everything else is pretty much commented out. White spacing is automatic within Python. Indentation is forced with tabbing. It's not like other languages where you have to denote a block of code with curly brackets. In this game, we use lists where we can capture and update the X and Y position of objects. We then use this function right here to detect if there's a collision, and if there is, we return a value of true. After that, we go to our TP collision check, which is right here, where we run a for loop that assigns the index of an object within the TP list and appends it to the TP roles list. We then pop the original object from the original list and increase our TP roll count and TP count. In this code, we use multiple lists and tuples. We use lists to capture and update our X and Y position of the objects on the screen, and we use tuples for things that won't change, like colors and other various settings. In this game, we write different text and values to the screen. This right here is where we choose our font so we can use it later. Down here, you can get down to the bottom. We have strings that read out to the screen that give us static text, but we also have displayed values by converting floats and integers to a string. Again, white spacing and nesting is kind of forced within Python. We determine a victory or a loss based on if the cured counter or the infected counter reaches 100 first. We use our hit detection to grab the TP, which increases our TP remaining counter. While we have TP remaining, we are able to hover over the virus to remove it from the screen and increase the cured counter. However, if the virus reaches the left side of the screen, then the infected counter increases. We're constantly keeping track of our cured counter and infected counter. We've also added a timer so you know how long it takes you to win or lose, and this is all displayed on the screen. I use a timer based off the time library, have a built-in start screen, and I use the delay from the random library to create short intervals between spawns of objects. None of these were taught within the class. Again, we use multiple libraries to create this project, including Pygame, among a few other libraries up here. Multiple for loops, while loops, and if statements are used in this project. The first example would be the for loop we showed earlier with enumerate to know which index of a list to pop. A good example of a while loop would be our main menu. We use a while loop to display the menu until a specific key is pressed here. We use multiple if statements, but a good example would be the if statement we use up here to determine if we need to spawn TP or not. We use multiple images in this game, including a picture of the toilet paper and a picture of the virus. Most of this game is built off custom functions that would call into the game event. The only class that I used was one to determine the message displayed at the end of the game, which is right here. At the end of the game, we call in this function and we call in the messages from this class. Now I'm going to show you the game working. Here is our main menu. We just hit space to start. We're this guy. We pick up some toilet paper. We can roll around, hit these viruses, which is making our cured counter go up. They randomly spawn out from the side. If we let them get all the way to the left side, you'll notice the infected counter goes up. Our goal is to make the cured counter hit 100% before the infected counter does. And our TP, once we run out, starts dropping more TP, as you can see. We also, once we hit cured 40, our viruses start going faster and more spawn on the screen. We're probably going to lose. Yeah, we're going to lose. Once you lose, everything gets popped off the screen, and then the timer up there shows you how long it took you to lose. And it shows all your stats at the bottom. All right, now we'll try and win the round. Same thing. Hit space start. Go to TP. All the viruses. Actually fun. Sorry about my loud keyboard. Ran out of toilet paper. Grab more. Oh, we're getting there. Maybe. Oh, we're out of toilet paper. Oh, and we got more toilet paper. And one more. Boom, we win. Took us just over 40 seconds. We won. Everything's off the screen now. Says we won. And that's pretty much my game.